We'll call a meeting to order. Please join me in reciting the pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Ted Franklin.
Here.
Chris Armstrong.
Present.
And Ron Miller.
Present. Approval of the minutes. You all had a chance to review them?
I have, and if there's no corrections, I'd make a motion that we approve them.
Second.
It's been moved and properly seconded. We approve the minutes as presented. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? All right. Claims. Had a chance to review your claims. Any questions or discussion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. If there's no further discussion, all in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. All opposed? Okay.
Ted, does that include the consideration of the $104.97?
Yes.
It did. And just to explain the delay in last week's claims, there was a question of $104.97 as it was presented. We found later that everything was in order. There was a payment that went directly to a vendor that was part of a clothing allowance program that we have set up, and everything was proper, and that amount of money was deducted from the employee's clothing allowance. So everything was the way as it should be. Approval of licenses, there are none. Changes to the agenda. Anybody have any changes to the agenda they'd like to make? Okay. Moving right along, trying to get caught up here. Reports from Acting Building Commissioner. I'm sorry, under new business, Brian Hyder, the Animal Control Officer. Brian? Brian stopped in my office earlier this week, and we had a discussion. I wanted to bring him to the Board of Works meeting and have him bring us all up to speed on the situation that's developing. So, Brian, can you give us a little bit of history about what you could anticipate happening in the next week or two?
Within probably the next 2 weeks, I've got a part-time person turned in her 2 weeks, 2 days ago.
The resignation.
Her resignation, more or less. And I need to fill in that spot.
Uh-huh.
More or less going to persist of after 5 o'clock and weekends.
Okay.
And then holidays, stuff like that, for them to be able to work. But need to get that spot filled in.
Okay. So we're in need of at least a part-time person
At this
for
point.
animal control. And we're not sure about your status yet?
Not right now. I got my doctor's appointment tomorrow.
Okay.
Concerning my hips. So we'll have to wait and see on that.
Okay. So there's some possibility that we're going to need 2 animal control officers in the very near future. So just want to make us all aware of that. And obviously we're going to have to work with the county in finding somebody that's willing to do that.
And as far as training, as long as I can get somebody in soon enough, I can do that training before whatever happens.
Right. And so that's what we're working on, but I wanted you to make the board aware of that also,
Okay.
as well as the media. So, all right. Any questions for Brian? All right. Thank you.
All right, thanks.
Okay. Acting Building Commissioner Deb O'Connor. Deb, do you have a report?
Good morning.
Good morning.
It's slowly starting to pick up, but very slowly. I only issued 4 building inspections. One of them is commercial. I have to go back on it today. It's some footers for a cell tower. George and I went and did an inspection yesterday on a property at the renter's request. We in turn condemned that property yesterday. So I guess I'm going to probably need your approval, I guess. The property owner will be, I requested he be at the Board of Works meeting on February 16th. I don't know if he'll show up or not. He's not one to show up very much. but you have a list of everything we found was wrong with it and the pictures. And then I only had 2 permits this week. One was residential, one was just commercial. And I did a change of occupancy on 332 Water Street. They're going to put in a commercial garage there.
Okay.
And I only had 2 contractor registrations. I know.
Okay. Any questions for Deb?
No.
I would make the motion that we accept the building commissioner's report as presented.
Second.
Been moved and properly seconded. All in favor of accepting the building commissioner's report signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed. I'm going to offer this to the clerk treasurer as part of the record. It's photographs of the property that was condemned, and we'll have it on file. All right, thanks, Deb. Superintendent of Public Works.
Good morning. As usual, I passed out a summary, a detailed, the combination of the street department and cemetery for your review. If you have any questions, I'd be glad to answer them at this time.
On page 1 of your report, you say you changed all trash containers downtown? You mean you emptied
We dumped them,
Okay.
put new bags in the one at the cemetery, I believe. Mr. Mayor, or at the library, you had some complaints, and we're dumping that 3 times a week now.
And fixing mailboxes, are those mailboxes that were damaged by snow plows or?
I don't, yes, sir.
Thank you.
And we have some that are damaged every time we plow, so we try to put different bolts on them, and I think more or less we have it pretty much taken care of at this time.
Some of you may not be aware, we had a maintenance issue with the code enforcement vehicle this week. Brakes were, we found that the brakes were really non-existent in that vehicle, and it was going to cost several $100s to fix it. And I got with the superintendent of Public Works, and his mechanics voluntarily stepped up and did a great job for us and put the brakes on the truck. They fixed it, and it's fully operational again, and thank you. If you pass that along to your staff, it saved us a lot of money, and I
Sure will.
appreciate the cooperation.
Thank you.
And one other question, Dan. Cleaning up at Lexington and Yorktown, would you just describe just a little bit how much that was and what it was and how long it took?
To be very truthful with you, as everyone here knows, I'm very new on the job, but this was stuff actually left from when they built Walmart. And don't ask me how it accumulated. I have no idea. There was asphalt, rocks, building materials. Some of the residents had piled a bunch of limbs over there, so it was just an eyesore basically. But a lot of it was from when they paved and cut the road in, and we had people calling in every week complaining that they've been trying for 2 years to get it done, and so we got it done.
Truckload, half a truckload?
About two dump truckloads, yes, sir.
Thank you.
Okay. So you had 5 internments this week at
Yes, sir.
Mount Hope? That's quite a few, isn't it? Above average?
We're yes, it is. January last year we had 5, and I think we had 11 to 13 for the whole month this past year. So.
Any more questions for Dan?
Motion to approve his report.
Been
Second.
moved and seconded to accept the report as presented. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Chief Neer.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dan.
Thank you.
Would you like to talk about a waiver of claims?
Yeah, got time to look at it.
I want you to come on up.
I'll be right there.
All right.
Have a copy with you.
Okay. Can you tell us the history of this, why this is necessary?
We've had several college students wanting to do a ride-along so they can get credits from their professor for these courses.
Yeah. And how did we arrive at this?
We had the city attorney, Don Tribbett, take a look at it and write it up for us.
Okay. You find it to be okay and meet all your needs?
Yeah.
I think it's fine with me. We've had two attorneys look at it. Any discussion from the board? Entertain a motion.
I make a motion to approve.
Second?
Second.
Been moved and properly seconded to accept the waiver of claims form. Each person, I'm sorry, I think we'll take a vote on that. Been moved and properly seconded to approve the waiver of claims form. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Okay. So everybody that does a ride-along,
Have to fill one of those out
okay, and it's going to be limited to students only.
at this time.
Okay. Very good. Thank you.
All right.
Nothing
thank you.
else?
Have a good evening.
Thank you. Yeah, you too. All right. I'm sorry. Pam, would you like to come up? Now that we've... Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm great.
I apologize. I should have offered comment or offered opportunity for comment. Do you have something you'd like to add?
Well, I need, from an insurance standpoint, we kind of need to know what's going on with that and what kind of program that really is and how much exposure
Mhm.
those students are going to have, and then that is something we would have to notify the company with.
Okay.
And also give them a copy of the waiver
Okay.
and make certain that they approve it as well.
Okay.
In order to make certain that, because even though they sign a waiver, I'm sure as Randy can tell you, that if something were to happen to one of those students,
Mhm.
we still would probably have a problem. So,
Okay.
That is something that I'm going to have to apprise the insurance company of.
I apologize for, I just assumed that you'd been contacted.
No.
Okay. It's going to make a difference, isn't it? All right. Well, with that, we will make sure the Chief Neer gets a copy of this down to you, and you can advise the people that you need to. And in the meantime, I'd ask Chief Neer not to start the program yet.
Yeah, just give me a couple of days.
Yeah.
And we'll get it taken care of.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you.
I mean, as we've said, we serve at the pleasure of the mayor's office, so, we'll do whatever it is that you want us to do. We just have to know about it.
I apologize. The line of sight between me and where you were sitting, yeah, I just couldn't see you.
That's okay.
All right. Thank you. Okay, Fire Chief, Mark Strong. Okay. Board member comments? None? All right. Visitor comments. Mr. Denny? Would you like to come forward? I can see you.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I called down the street department yesterday morning to inform them. I was unaware that I had to go through this procedure, but we are working at 916 19th Street. It's right at the corner of 19th and Auto. Nancy Hoffman and Gene Williams are the property owners. We're cutting down a tree, and I planned on doing it today with your approval. It's a big mulberry tree. It's leaning over Mr. Williams' house and over 19th Street, and it's just about to fall. So I need to see if I can get the road, or permit to get the road shut down. It's probably going to take at the maximum an hour. I've got the tractor and equipment stuff up there now. As soon as it's down, we're going to push it off and then load it up and haul it away.
You see any problem with that? No, I don't see. Any discussion? I would just ask that you notify all of the emergency agencies, including the police department, sheriff's department,
Okay.
ambulance service, as well as the fire department.
Okay.
And let them know what time you're going to follow the tree, approximately what time you're going to follow it, what time you think the road will be open again.
Okay.
And just let them know that and give them a call after it's open.
Okay.
So that everybody's informed of it.
No problem.
Does that meet with the needs of you folks? Yeah. Okay.
All right.
I don't think we need any action on that, do we? Any official action? Thanks for letting us know.
Okay. Thank
All
you
right.
very much.
Okay. Any more visitor comments? Nobody? Okay. Entertain a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed?